things I found interesting about your filmmaking and your storytelling is you've been acting, and I've been watching your movies for all my life. And you think about the first 3 feature films you did with John Singleton. I mean, like, it's one of the most incredible filmmakers of all time. And I wonder, like, I know he left a mark on you as an actor as you go through your career, but what mark did Singleton leave on you as a filmmaker? Now that you've made this feature film, what do you remember? What do you think you pulled from him?
So much. You know, it's interesting, Kevin, you know, how things happen in your life, and then things happen later in life that make you go, oh, wow. When that was happening, it was setting me up for this moment. And we had done Boys in the Hood, and then Poetic Justice. I had gotten the part. And so John, I had all of these questions for him as an actor. And I guess the type of questions that I was asking him must have inspired him to open up his prep process as a director. And I was just blown away, because up until that moment, I really didn't realize everything that all the things that entail being a director. You know, I just knew it from my experience with the director as an actor. And so he definitely opened my eyes to the directing world, and I didn't know how much of an impact it was making until later.
I love that Terrence Blanchard scored the film, but I kept thinking, like, it's interesting that he scored also Spike's Malcolm X film in '92. So you have the composer composing 2 different actors who played Malcolm X, and I wonder what that connection means to you.
I think it's quite powerful. I mean, having Terrence on board, there were definitely things that he experienced with that experience that he was able to bring to the table of what not to do. And because of that, and because they're 2 totally different films, of course, 2 totally different versions of Malcolm, and I truly believe that Malcolm was both of them, and more. It was just perfect, and I wasn't even thinking about that Terrence had scored Spike's film. It was just our conversation when speaking about it, and he really understood that I was doing a more reductive version of music, because I felt like dialogue was the star.
When you're behind the camera filming this movie and you have these 4 legends on screen going back and forth, is there ever a moment where you forget you're making a movie and you're looking at the 4 real people talking? Does that ever happen? Like, does that, like, can you suspend your disbelief in a moment like that?
I think, yes, off most of the film, most of the shooting process, you know, I very oftentimes, and they'll probably tell you, when I would be talking to them, I would call them I would call Eli Cassius. I don't think until we started this promotion process did I start saying Muhammad Ali again. I've been saying Cassius ever since. But you know, as you saw, their performances are just magical, and they humanize these men in a way that we don't consider them, especially when it comes to Cassius and Malcolm.